Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've looked after this hinge. I cut the ends as you saw, and I gave this about 2 or 3 passes on the deburring wheel just to bring the size down. Still well within edge distance from all these holes. Now it fits in the root of the spar much nicer and is not contacting the root of the spar. So this is basically all ready to go. It's all deburred, ready for some primer, I guess. So now I'm going to be disassembling this trim tab, get to deburring and dimpling. First thing I'm doing here is just removing some vinyl. I know it's a little tedious, but I find it's a lot nicer to keep most of your surface covered for as long as possible because hanger rash is real. As of now, I'm kind of planning on maybe a polish / vinyl. Got a ways before we think of that, really. Okay, just gonna do some hand deburring here with my zero flute deburring tool there. This thing works great. I'm just using some rolled up 400 wet dry sandpaper here just to get into these little notches, you know, at the end there. They get really sharp, but gone ahead and I've edge deburred this whole thing on the 3M wheel, and you know, it's starting to come along, starting to look like something nice. I'm still gonna have to dial in these edges here, and that's when I make the end caps. But just knocking the sharps off it right now, getting it ready for dimpling. Okay, this guy is all ready for dimpling. Just a little bit more here. Alright, that guy's ready for dimpling. Well, what about the spar? Let's get the spar going real quick. This guy will be quick. The spar's not going to be dimpled, but I am going to deburr it. I guess this is kind of pointless because I'm going to be machine countersinking it, but consider it a habit. So that guy's all deburred. I have 2 holes I need to dimple still, down here. But I'm not dimpling any of these, which is why I made myself a little note. Countersink up there, dimple down there. Okay. So that guy's ready. What's next? Well, we got our trim bell crank, and as you can see, mine has not been trimmed yet. Okay, and as per the plans, so if you're using the manual cable, you're going to use the lower tab, so you have a little bit more leverage. And if you were using the electric trim, which I am doing, come over here, we're going to use the innermost tab. So I can trim that off, and that's what I'm going to do right now. So these are my trim tab bell cranks, and got them all marked out. And we're going to be getting rid of the outside portion here, as I said earlier. Okay, there are my two pieces rough sawn. Now we'll go clean them up. Okay, let's deburr some holes. Excellent. That is feeling really nice. Alright, E717 and 718 are ready for dimpling, scuffing, and then primer. So, these guys are good. Yahoo. Okay, so we have the pneumatic squeezer out. This thing's always fun to play with. Good times. So, I got my dimple die, number 40 dimple dies out. Let's get some fresh tape on this bad boy before we start. Let's see, where is... I'm going to have the male on the bottom. No, I'm going to have the female on the bottom and the male in the anvil, and yeah, because it'll be easier to slip it in there. So let's get some fresh tape on this guy first. There you go. Fresh painter's tape. Cut the bevel out. Good to go. So, okay, so let's set the squeezer. It's got a bit of flex, so you can see, now it's not touching. Oh, here, sorry guys. So it's not touching right now. So we're gonna bring the squeezer down contacts and bottoms. And then we have the thickness of our material, but I'm going to preload it just a hair. So to do this, you kind of got to release. And I want to see just a little flex of the yoke. I don't want to see anything crazy, because we still have the material. And I'm kind of happy with that. So I'm sure the air compressor is going to kick on at any second, but let's see if we can get through this. So we'll make sure we're dimpling in the right direction. We want the dimples going down. This is the outside of the skin. I have the male up here. All right, here we go. Well, they all look great from the inside, guys. Inside and out, they look awesome. And you can see absolutely no marring. The tape on the set does a great job. Let's keep going. I'm gonna have to take the squeezer out for these guys. Okay, here we go. This is the trim tab spar, and you see I wouldn't fit in the vise, so I just drilled some holes into my bending device here. Got it held down with Clecos. It's pretty solid. So I'm going to start machine countersinking the top of this spar, and you know what? I got nothing to lose, so I'm going to do what Van says first, which is basically drill down as far as the rivet will sit down in here, add 7th thou. Then I'm going to test fit it. If it doesn't look terrible, I'm going to stick with that. It only makes sense. It's also what the plans and the instructions say, so who am I to say that I know better than them? But if it looks terrible and I think I can do better by making it slightly bigger, then sure, it's an experimental airplane. I get to do that too. Wish me luck. Okay. Looks like a good countersink. Let's just grab a rivet, check it out. You know what? I'm just going to rock that for now. See how that works out. Got another hole right here. So I think that looks pretty good. And I've already had this set in my test piece. And I'm just looking at the marks I have, and it looks like I'm already set here. So I can always go deeper if it doesn't work out, but I can't add. So, you know, just by me adding a bit more pressure, yeah, that looks a little better. So I'm just going to hit this guy again. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's better. That's what I said. Oh, yeah. Alright. You know what? I can't even get that out. That's how sweet that is. I can't not even get that rivet out right now. You know what? It can stay there for now. There you go, guys. Pretty happy with that result, actually. Let's move her down the line. We'll have to lift this off, pop that rivet out, and we can, let's see, do this. Even two to hold it, it probably doesn't need it, but a little bit of insurance, a little bit of stability. Good. Oh, got a little ring there. I wonder why is that? Ah, see that? Little burr in my cutter spun around and marred up the spar. Get that little guy out of there. There we go. All that from a little burr spinning around. Have to buff that out before priming. Wow. Well, we're gonna have to play hopscotch here. That's alright. We can make that happen. Look at this guy. I think I cleared all the swarf out of there. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I've been dreading this for a long time, guys, because there's been so much controversy. People have done so many different things. And but let's see how it matches up with the dimples in the skin. I put the trim tab, kind of mocked it all up, and I just want to check this gap and just want to show you guys there are slight little ripples in a couple places worse than others. So here's one where I can kind of see a bulge and see an air gap right there. And then it kind of tightens up a little bit, and then I got another one right here. And another one kind of right there. So I think I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, it's not part of me thinks that as soon as I go to buck the rivet, that's going to take care of itself, and that's just going to be that. I mean, there's a lot of forces involved with setting the rivet, so I mean, it looks pretty good. What I really like is that I didn't enlarge the hole much, or at all, if that. So that kind of makes me happy. And aesthetically, I mean, is anyone going to see that, really? I don't really think so, you know. So I think I'm going to end this video with that. I'm really happy with the progress made. Finally got the machine countersink set to where we want it. And now I'm just going to pull the elevator down, do the exact same thing to that spar right there, and dimple the top side of the rivets, and then we can carry on with the final assembly of the left elevator of the RV-7. Thank you very much for watching today, and I hope all your builds are going well. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're digging these videos. Until next time, try to keep going with this and get another video out for you guys as soon as I can. Cheers.